Calling all my sweeties to the forefront. I'm your host, Renee Hayslett, and this is the Keep It Positive Sweetie Show. Welcome to Keep It Positive Sweetie, the place where we heal, grow, and learn together. Today's guest is a comedian, creator, and storyteller who has built his voice on truth, using humor to reflect real life in a way that resonates deeply with so many. I am so glad to be sitting with KevOnStage. KevOnStage is known for his ability to take everyday moments, relationships, family, faith, and culture and turn them into something both humorous and honest. But beyond the laughter, he's also creating space for deeper conversations. From his series Safe Space to his hit one-man show Grief Sucks, he's exploring what it looks like to navigate love, loss, growth in real time without pretending that you have to have it all figured out. Sweeties, please give a very warm welcome to my bruv, KevOnStage.
Praise the Lord, sweeties.
Hey.
Praise the Lord.
Don't you start.
We're here in the room. We've been trying to make this happen for a long time.
We have, and you're finally here.
I'm finally here.
Got
this
you
is great.
here. I'm so excited.
This is great. Thank you for having me.
No, thank you.
Of course.
I know. I mean, you don't live in Atlanta, so thank you for traveling.
I don't live in Atlanta, but when I come, I'll be like, man, I should live here.
I'm telling you.
It is so black.
Yes.
Everything black. Everything that's good about being black is here.
It is. It really is.
The creatives, the culture, the community, regular black. It ain't just
Yes.
black people. Southern
Yes.
charm. Traffic I could do without.
You know?
Traffic shouldn't go out to McDonough, though. Yeah. Traffic should not go out to McDonough.
It does.
It didn't used to go out to McDonough. But they go out McDonough now.
It goes far.
So that's in low-key, I've been telling people it's worse than L.A. here.
You think so?
I do.
Oh,
There's traffic beef.
No, Kev.
I'm telling you, L.A., in the heart of the city, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Atlanta's traffic is further than the heart of this. It's like everywhere. And then the little back roads ain't back road. Everybody over there.
Everybody knows the back roads.
You behind that lake, so are we.
Yep.
I've been using this ain't no tricks. Ain't no treat.
You are right.
So yes.
You're absolutely right.
Yes.
I didn't think about that. I feel like since 2020, it's
gotten
gotten progressively worse.
And I come to Atlanta 2 or 3, 5 times a year. Over the last 6, 7 years. It's crazy. And I live in LA. I know bad traffic.
Yeah.
Atlanta's worse.
Dang, Atlanta.
We
gotta get it together.
Everybody moving here to chase their dream.
Listen and say that money. That money. Man, Kev, thank you so much for coming today. I remember we first officially met. I've been a fan of yours before we actually met, but we met on the Shops HBCU tour at TSU. Yes.
It was a good time.
And at that moment, I was like, man, he is who he is. Because, sometimes you meet people, you've been a fan, but then you meet me like, ooh. He not who he say he is.
I really appreciate that compliment.
Yes.
I've been getting that compliment a lot, and I work very hard to be who I am all the time. And that doesn't mean I'm perfect.
Yeah.
But I genuinely try to be consistent.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I don't have this because now we live in a world of authenticity. If you aren't who you are, people will find out anyway.
Yep.
So it's not like we ain't wrestlers in the 80s and 90s.
Right.
Like there's too many stories, too many people we interact with that we don't know who knows them.
Yes.
Especially you and I. You be on set. Somebody gonna be on that set that knows somebody else that knows you. So
exactly.
So I don't do that.
Yeah.
I try not to do that.
No, that is so.
And that's why
good.
I'm honest. I don't do meet and greets.
You don't do meet and greets?
I don't do meet and greets, Renee.
Really,
Hayslett.
You missing out.
That's
when you get to really see the people.
But
so why'd you stop?
I'm gonna tell you why I stopped. I'm gonna tell you exactly why. I realized I always love the people, but I can't keep up the energy to make their experience good if I've just done a show.
You're right. It is hard.
It's hard. I tell people I've been doing this joke on stage, like, imagine you just worked your full shift and then you ready to go home, rub your feet together.
Yeah.
And instead of doing that, you got to shake 300 hands and take 300 pictures.
That's the perfect analogy.
You be like, man. Yeah. And then doing it before a show, I'm like, I don't want to use all my energy up because the people paid to see me.
You want to give them that.
So I can't manage it. So I can only do meet and greets if that's the event.
Yeah.
Because I know, okay, for 2 hours, 3 hours, I can give you anything.
Yeah.
But after a show, I just say that because I'm not perfect either.
Right.
There's things about my job that I don't like, but that's really more because I don't want to disappoint people. Not that I don't like people. I love people. I wouldn't be where I am. I wouldn't be sitting here without the people.
For sure.
But I don't want them to be like, oh man, he was kind of like. He was tired.
Because I'm human.
I am tired. And I likely flew overnight to do this.
Yeah.
Like here, I took a red eye last night.
Wow.
You sleeping on a plane ain't real.
It's not real.
It ain't real. I ain't got no private.
Me
I'm
neither.
on Delta with everybody else.
Yep.
So them seats, that ain't no bed.
It is not.
So I just wanted to. I'm not perfect, y'all. Don't do that to me.
Nobody is perfect. But you know what? I think comedians are, in people's eyes, somewhat they think you don't have a bad day, or they think that things is like they want you to be on all the time. What kind of pressure does that put on you when you feel like, man, like I'm really tired, or I'm just having a day, but they want make me laugh?
I don't respond well to make me laugh or tell me a joke. I am not a clown. You don't see no red nose.
Right.
When you come to see me work, I give you my show.
Yeah.
But people are often surprised. They'll be like, Liz, I bet you has you cracking up at home all the time. No, not
She's
really.
like, no.
Because at home, I don't be like, now listen, tell me about a time. Saw this on the internet. It's like, I got to take the trash out, feed the dog. We watching Love Overboard. Like, I ain't got to perform for her. That's my wife.
Yeah.
And she, my kids, I ain't funny to them no more anyway. Now Tony Baker, we love Tony Baker. Patrick Cloud. But like, I imagine, like, I take the approach that once I leave my house, I am on.
Yes.
So if I try to have good energy with anybody I meet, but at home, I be at the house.
It's a recharge.
I recharge.
Yeah.
I enjoy my home. I enjoy my family. I enjoy just chilling, watching YouTube. I'm not like trying jokes out on my family.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm funny, but I'm not like performative funny.
Right. Exactly. That's good. I love that. I love that. When did you realize that you were funny?
Very early. I remember very early, and not only did I realize I was funny, I realized there was a benefit to being funny. And it was very simple. After church, I must have been like 5 or 6 years old. I would mimic what happened in church that day. And my grandma, who was very stone-faced in church, was not like that at home. My grandma would be like, do Sister Daniel shout, Kev, or what Elder Washington do. And I realized when she let me do that, I would like, my bed at 8 o'clock. It's 8:15. She like, if you do that thing, you can stay up.
Oh, wow.
So I immediately knew I could do something that made people laugh, and there was a value to it.
Yes.
So I was like, oh, y'all, attention? I can do this.
Yeah.
So, and it's so interesting that I was just telling somebody this. I realized what I do now is a version of what I did as a kid.
Literally.
I remember we used to have like talent shows, and we would do, people would sing or whatever. I mean, my brother would do like sketches in church, and we would mix, like we did a David and Goliath sketch, and I was Goliath, and he was David, even though he's my older brother. And I did like, we were like, we should do MC Hammer Can't Touch This. And then you slingshot me. So I was like mixing hip hop and R&B into church, even at like 7. Like I was always aware of what was happening in the world and always current. And Hammer was like, it might have been 92, so I must have been 9.
Yeah.
91, 92. Whenever Hammer was at his like apex.
Yes.
So I realized that's what I do now on the internet, in my shows or whatever. It's like a version of that. And I've just been thinking about how much God puts in people very young.
Yes.
Like, I just did, do you know Luke?
Which one?
Luke Tillman, he's a little kid. He was on Jennifer Hudson's show.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. All the fun, like he does
preaching and stuff.
Yeah.
Yes. So we did, American Idol invited us last night.
Oh, I saw
and
that,
And he was like the co-host.
What?
And Crystal, we in a set with, you've been on movies, like 300, 400, 500 people. We're live on American Idol. He preaching on cue, praying on cue, singing on cue. He's like 7, 8 years old. And I told my wife, I said, oh, God, put that in him early. And thankfully for him, his family is nurturing the gift.
Yes.
Because I think a lot of times our gift is there, but it's not always nurtured by our family. And sometimes it's not because they don't see it.
Yeah.
Sometimes they just can't.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But what a gift to have a family and a way to nurture your gift from 7, 8 years old. There's a little kid on Instagram. He's like 9. He's a fashion designer, and his family has spent bread.
Wow.
And he's cutting dresses and styling stuff, and it's like, your gift is there.
He's a prodigy, yeah.
He's a prodigy, but like how many, especially Black people, we often aren't able to express that at a young age because we don't have access to the same resources and freedom. Even like auditions, kid in Hollywood, your parents, I couldn't take Isaiah and them to audition boy.
Yeah.
You got to get some of these
Yeah.
now. Because I can't keep going up down a one-on-one.
Right.
You ain't booking. Gas is gas.
Mm-hmm.
I got to leave work, go to school. Hey, man, you just regular now.
Right.
You just kid, school, ABC 1, 2, 3. Because I can't do it, brother. I can't be taking off work for you maybe not gonna get it.
Right.
And I love you.
Yeah. But I need you to book one of these.
Books.
Yes. Get them books because you're not booking.
Yeah, exactly. So I think my family didn't push my gift down.
That's amazing.
And I had a place to express it, which, you know, interestingly enough, was the Black church.
Yeah.
And my church allowed us to be more than singers and musicians.
Exactly.
I was
That's
able to
good.
do acting and other stuff in addition to singing and playing. So yeah.
So that was churchy before churchy.
That was churchy before churchy. That's why churchy was so easy for me to create, because that was like, that's shame. We hadn't done an episode that wasn't directly from my life in some way or shape or form. Those characters are. Mother Jean is based on my grandma, and my grandma's name is Ruthie Jean. So like these people are just people we know,
and we resonate. I feel like I was just talking to somebody. It's like it doesn't matter where you're from. There are certain parts of the Black culture that everybody gets.
Yes. And church is one.
It is one of them.
Yes, I totally agree with that. You understand? You ain't had to been there. You know.
Yes, totally understand. Totally understand. You talked about as a parent nurturing the gifts. You're a father of 2 sons. How are you nurturing their gifts now?
You know, I think it's so interesting. I have 2 kids who are so different, you wouldn't think they're related.
Really?
So my oldest they're both creative, but they're in creative, very different ways. My oldest is behind the camera. He used to do stop motion videos. He'll spend hours animating like on his iPad.
Wow.
Creates storylines on WWE. Like he's always creative writing. He acts too, but his interest is always behind the camera creating the story. My youngest has 0 of those interests, but when you put him in front of a microphone or a camera, he just has something. He has some spark. I remember when they were very young and they were on Awesomeness TV, and we were getting paid $500 per sketch for me to write, direct, edit, produce, and share the bread with them.
Wow.
My youngest would not be wanting to do it. My oldest had the work ethic. He's just like, yo, I'm gonna be on time. I'm gonna do my job whether I want to or not.
Yeah.
My youngest was like David Ruffin, like I ain't doing this today, and I don't feel like it.
Yeah.
And I remember telling the people at Awesomeness, like, hey, brother, I'm not finna deal with him. Like, I ain't finna do this. And they were like, you are, because when the camera gets on him, he just has something. I think. And he's super competitive in that way. They're both athletic, but my youngest is very competitive. My oldest isn't. So for my oldest, it's like animation subscriptions. Here's my camera. You can do stop motion. Here's how you do that. Here's how you edit. My youngest is like, we'll do a podcast. We used to do a podcast together. He was like, let's do 1 episode. And I was like, let's do 6, 8. Get a little season going and call the ads. He was like, no, let's just do 1. But we shoot videos together sometimes. But I also don't put too much pressure on them at this age because I still want them to do it because they really love it. It's not like a desire. I don't have the desire to like exploit them. I wish I did. I wish I had like that, you know, Matthew Knowles, Joe Jackson, you know, King Richard things. Now we need that. We need them daddies and them mamas.
You right.
How you getting the great? If you watch the Olympics, them kids be like, I low key hated my parents because they made me do stuff I didn't want to do because they saw greatness in me. We too nice to the kids.
You're right.
Joe Jackson said, y'all got to work.
Yeah.
Michael and them was at work at an adult club at 7. You know, I'm like, oh my son, I love you, mental health.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna be Michael Jackson.
He's not.
Because I didn't push him and I didn't whoop him. So, you know, that whooping is bad, but also Michael Jackson's bad album. Because the whooping, it all works together. We ain't seen no level star with the loving, gentle parent. All I'm saying we ain't loved nobody into greatness yet.
Listen.
We've done cool, but we ain't loved nobody healthily into greatness because you got to be a little crazy to reach them levels. You know? You got to hate. They hated Joe Jackson. They're like, I'm about to sing my life off because I hate you. Love ain't enough. I got to hate you to get where I want to go.
Literally. That is so crazy because we talk about the work ethic that we have from our generation to now we're like, gosh, they just like quit stuff and they're just
Yeah.
like fly by night. I'm like, you got to stick to something. You know, you got to have some
For
discipline.
sure.
And they don't have it.
You know what's funny? Every generation says that about the next generation. They said that about us, and I'm like, y'all, that's not me.
No, it's
that
not.
might be my group.
Yeah.
But it ain't
me.
Kevin.
Right.
I'm at work.
Yes.
But think about everybody working. Everybody ain't working as hard as you.
No.
Even of your millennials.
Yeah.
Everybody ain't working as hard as sister C. Renee Hayslett. Some people just turn it in. They ain't got no studio.
You know?
You do it all. So I think there's always standouts and
sure.
average people in any generation. But I feel
Absolutely.
like it's
We was definitely gonna with though.
for sure.
Yes.
Y'all didn't even let me explain. That's the thing that I don't mind whooping for wrong.
Yeah.
Like growing up. Mm-hmm. I got whooped when I was right. And if you would have just let me explain, you would have seen it actually wasn't what you thought.
Right.
And then my parents find out later, they ain't gonna undo the whooping and they ain't gonna say sorry.
They ain't
They're
gonna
like, you want something to eat? No.
Actually,
I want you to listen. Okay? You have to feed me. If you would have just gave me 3 seconds, I could have told you what happened. But no.
Right.
Bust in that room. I got that little game you wanted. I wanted the apology.
Yeah.
I'll take the game.
I'm gonna take the game.
But
Give
I
me
want the apology.
Give me the game. But I wanted the apology. That is hilarious. At what point did you realize that humor wasn't just a way to like get through life, but a way you actually process life? Because I feel like you kind of, I watch you on your Instagram videos and you kind of talk things through in a humorous way. How do you do that? And how did you know?
I think I realized all the way back to medieval times, the court jester was allowed to speak truth to power because it was laced with humor.
Yes.
People can listen, are more open to listening if you've made them laugh. They'll even let you get on them a little bit if you're making them laugh.
Yeah.
So I think comedy definitely has a place in speaking truth to power, right? Drewski does a good job of this.
Yes.
Like when he did the mega church pastors thing, there's people who were rightfully upset.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the argument, you can't argue that he's coming up with nothing out of nowhere.
You're giving him
We've
something.
seen these videos.
Yeah.
I've seen Zipline Pastor. I've seen Dior jacket.
Yes.
So he's able to make that video, and then people are like, well, let's talk about this because it didn't come out of thin air. It wouldn't ring true if it came out of thin air. Same thing with the conservative video that he did. People are upset, but I remember some of those clips where he did it almost verbatim. Obviously, he's adding humor to it as well. But if you think about George Carlin and Eddie Murphy,
yes,
great comedians have always had the ability to speak truth to power, to speak to something larger, and kind of cover it with honey through jokes. And I think my new Grief Sucks show is that ability for grief. I think, you know, I had people die, but I never grieved the way I grieved when I lost my brother. And I started just making videos. I didn't have a desire or never thought I could even do stand-up about grief. But every video I made, which I wasn't even necessarily being funny per se. I was just sharing what I mean, it was funny, but it's not like funny, haha. It's more like, oh my gosh, more relatable funny.
Yes.
But I would see the comments of like, oh my God, thank you. I thought I was the only one, things like that. And I think this new show is my way of helping people through grief and also helping myself through grief as well. And I think to me, it's the best use of my comedy that I've done.
Wow.
I think it's I wouldn't say my comedy's ever helped people process before. I think I've made you laugh and made you forget about your problems, that type of stuff, which also has its place because the world sucks.
Basically.
You know?
That's the next show.
Yeah, grief sucks, the world sucks. But, you know, we all sit in our driveway after a long day and we want something to just laugh at. I definitely can do that. But I think with this show, I'm able to help you process something that you're going through or you will go through. Like, that's the thing about grief. If you're blessed to live a long life, grief is inevitable. You won't live to 70 or 80 without losing someone or something you love. Even though grief isn't all death. Like sometimes you grieve friendships. People who are alive and healthy and y'all just go separate ways. Like that's also grief. Grief jobs you lost, all kinds of things. So I think that's what humor is to me right now. But at the same time, I'll always be able to just make people laugh.
In that you created the show, Grief Sucks. Like you said, death is something that we are all, nobody can escape it.
Right.
In that moment, how did you handle that before it turned into humor?
The crazy thing, it turned into humor instantly.
Really?
I just think it's the way I see the world. It like you were saying, it is how I process things. It's not the only way.
Yeah.
But jokes come to me the way I imagine a fish naturally swims. It's like I actually have to stop myself and be like, I don't know if it might be too early.
Right, too soon.
to make a joke. So I had a lot of internal things that I'm noticing, not even putting them in a place, but like when I kid you not, Crystal, when I first saw my brother in the coffin for the first time, my initial thought was, this nigga really in here dead? No joke.
Wow.
I said, well, I can't say that. My grandma here.
Right.
And this ain't the place. But I'm like, this nigga, get up.
Right.
Get out of these people's stuff.
Right.
Which is not funny, but like, it is funny, you know? And I remember when I was calling the funeral home, I spoke to this lady for like 10 minutes. I said, hey, you know, because it's my first time planning a funeral.
Yeah.
I said, hey, you know, how do you get the body to? Actually said, my name is Kevin. My brother passed away. It's my first time.
Yeah.
How do you get the body from the hospital to the morgue? And if he wants to get buried somewhere else, do you guys handle this? How do you know, who does an autopsy on the body? I asked her all these questions. And she said, wait, are you the body? And I said, now, Nancy, I done said the body, my brother's body.
How am I the body?
How can I be the body if I'm talking to you? If I'm the body that I'm talking about right now, Dad, you should start praying.
Right.
Because what that mean for you?
Yes.
If the body's making its own plans, dead and alive. So I made that video out of frustration, and it went crazy. People were like, I have struggled with that. I said, I expect people at funeral homes to be good at their job.
Yeah.
If you're at Chipotle, you forget my cheese, that's fine.
Yeah.
If you don't know the person that dead is alive, it's a big problem.
It's a big problem.
So I think in that way, humor just is, it's part of my process. But it's not the only thing. I definitely cried and anger, frustration, all the other parts of grief. But I think humor is my mechanism for processing anything. Yeah. You know, and I definitely have to like keep it at bay sometimes to make sure, because a lot of comedy is timing. And sometimes you're too early. People are like, hey, it ain't funny yet.
Yeah. I wasn't ready.
Exactly.
For sure. Grandma would have definitely like,
right.
All right now. Give me a minute.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness. Sold out shows. So grief.
Yes.
You've had how does that feel to come up with this, and then it's like,
believe it or not, I am genuinely surprised every single time a show sells.
Well, that's good.
I am like, because none of this is given.
Right.
And you got to stay relevant, stay interesting. Yeah. We can't control the economy, gas prices, all these things, people's
choices.
I can't control the things in your life. Yeah. So to convince enough people to spend $10, $30 just on a ticket, and I'm well aware that it's never just a ticket. It's ticket, parking, babysitter, maybe dinner. Sometimes you're flying or driving, so it's gas. Like a $30 ticket can cost you $400 or $500. Maybe you took off work early.
You got to get your hair done.
Yeah, hair done. I got to get lined up. Yeah, you know, exactly. I'm bald. But it is genuinely surprising every time. For whatever reason, I always think I'm going to fall off.
Really?
I always
I feel like that may be like a great place to kind of sit, though. So, like, it shows you, like, you're not in control. Like, so every time it's like, you know what, you did that.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I feel like we get too ahead of ourselves. It's like,
because it's not a given. You know, and I can come to, like, Atlanta's a city I do well in pretty much every time. But sometimes they jump out early. Sometimes it's closer to the end.
Yeah, sometimes the day of, you be like,
the day of, you know. So it's always a fear of mine and I don't sell out every show. And I make it pretty obvious when I'm doing poorly, because it's a part of it. It's part of the game. Yeah. But I am super grateful that people take their hard-earned money and give it to me to make them laugh. For a night. That I don't take that for granted at all. It's really a blessing to me, and a blessing to them in the sense of like entertainment. But it's not guaranteed. You know, we see artists, musicians, athletes, artists, entertainers canceling tours, canceling shows because of low ticket sales. Yeah, that's devastating.
It is.
You know, it's like, What did I do? I ain't funny no more. And it ain't.
It's not that.
It could be a myriad of reasons. Maybe you ain't funny no more. Maybe you ain't connecting. But
Yeah.
it's also gonna be, man, I ain't got no job.
Yeah.
Child support up.
Yeah.
Gas is up.
Everything
you know what I mean?
is up.
Flights out of Atlanta are crazy right now.
Listen.
What is happening down to Hartsfield Jackson? These flights is out with a straight face. Delta to 1200.
Yeah.
When?
For
the regular?
Listen.
$1,200 for regular seat.
Those flights ate my whole
37.
budget up for this next business trip. I said, what?
Listen, I have a production coming up next week. I had to cut back the amount of cast that I could fly because I'm like, I can't. We budgeted $950 a flight.
And that's a lot.
That's a lot.
Goodness.
That should be under for every city in America for the most part. If you're out far enough, that should be under budget.
Yeah.
Atlanta was like $1,300 for main cabin seats.
Crazy.
I'm here in Atlanta by myself because I usually bring my team, but it's like at those prices, I can't. I can't afford to do it. I got kids. I'm finna have 2 kids in college. You know what my son said?
What?
My son ordered STK on Uber Eats.
STK.
He said STK.
Oh, that's it.
I said, can you order that for me? I said, oh, okay, nigga, McDonald's,
Chick-fil-A.
Jersey Mike, Chick-fil-A. Then he gonna say, I said, okay, man, because I was ordering it for myself.
Yeah. Hilarious.
I said, how do you want your steak? He said, medium rare. I said, medium rare? Why? He was like, you know, the time it travels from there to here, it cooks up to how I like it. I said,
I've ordered this before.
Hold up. The time it travels? How you even thinking like that? And he said, if I want to reheat it, then it'll be well.
Yeah. So
I can't have well.
I
said, man, look at God.
Won't he do it?
Because I never even thought to do that.
Right.
That never even got to pick dinner, really. What's for dinner? That's not even a question I got to ask. Hamburger helper, rice-a-roni, shut up. It's one of the two going to be in there.
Right.
Spaghetti from Thursday. On Tuesday. And that man said medium rare because it finishes cooking while it sits.
Wow. Baby, that's
what a mighty God we serve.
What a mighty
God.
Won't he do it? Listen. And that's what you do it for, so your son can order STK on Uber Eats.
And the funny thing about it is I said that story because they both going to college and they want to stay at home. And they're like,
probably feels good.
You know what? I ain't gonna hold you, Crystal.
Yeah.
My son went on a retreat. My son goes to a private Catholic school. And they went on like a little retreat that was like Christianity based. Like, because it's a private Catholic school, you don't have to go, but it's like a tradition. And he was sharing with us when he came back. You know, we used to go to like little revivals, teen retreats. We used to come back on fire for God. Like, I'm sorry, God, I was kissing before. I'm not going to kiss no more. And I did a little hunching. But I ain't going to hunch. At the last locking, I did touch that girl butt, but she said I could. Because that was locking was a little bit of sin, how I was raised. But after that retreat, that revival, that teen revival, I came back on fire for God. I spoke in tongues, God. I'm sorry for everything. So it was like the Catholic version of that with no Holy Ghost in the sense that we have. And he gave us the greatest compliment. He was saying, like, you know, a lot of the kids were sharing, like, their parents are abusive or they are, you know, drunk or not in their life. And he said he never realized when it was his turn, he was like, hey, my parents are nice. They are at home. They are... You know, and he was like, he didn't he's like, I knew I had good parents, but I never, because all these kids were holding all their stuff in. It was like a real, like, they were all breaking down their walls and stuff. We had like a little ceremony where all the kids talked about it. They crying and stuff. It was crazy. And he was like, I didn't realize how much I appreciated you guys and how easy my life has been because of what you've done. And this ain't, he's not talking about money. He's talking about love, respect, treating him well, not being abusive. He's like, you guys never even I never even heard you guys yell at each other. He's heard us argue. And I think there's a difference. A lot of times parents try not to have any conflict in front of kids. You have to teach them how to do everything.
Exactly.
You have to teach them how to even have conflict safely. I've never cussed at Melissa. She never cussed at me. I never threw no plate. I don't talk crazy to her. She don't talk crazy to me. But we have had discussions.
Yes.
Amen.
Amen.
In front of our kids, because that's also modeling that behavior.
It is.
So that was the best compliment. I was telling my son, I check with him a lot, like, how we doing as parents? Like, I don't want y'all to go to therapy. And my oldest son said to me like 2 days ago, he's like, you never notice how we always want to be at home?
Wow.
Given the choice to do other things, like we come home. We didn't go away to college.
Yeah.
Even we be international, like we prefer home. He was like, that's the proof that you guys are doing a good job. So I think that
You went in your room and cried, didn't you?
I was like Will Smith in the Pursuit of Happiness.
Pursuit of Happiness.
Because that's 18, 19 years of doing the right thing. You can't just turn it in. Ain't no money gonna fix that. Like kids with money, that money does not replace time. Like I had to go to my son's games.
Yes.
Them soccer games. These last 2 seasons, them boys getting blown out. On club,
I'm still there.
We paying $1,000 to go watch y'all get smacked around in San Diego. Now I got to drive back. You sleep.
Right.
And musty. And I got to drive back, windows down. I can still smell you. Are your shoes off? Come on, bro. Let's just stop by this little Marriott, take you a little shower. Let's spend the night. And I was asking my son, I was like, have we went to enough games? He was like, you guys have been to games my whole life.
Wow.
We going to away games. They getting smacked around in soccer, volleyball.
Yeah.
His teams have been losing a lot lately. But we be in there clapping it up because money doesn't replace that.
No.
You can only earn that through time. And we have spent the time with our kids to earn their love and respect and all that type of stuff. I think that might be one of the things I'm most proud of is like being a good father to them. But if I can be honest, Crystal Renee Hayslett, sometimes I was a better father than a husband. And I was a better father at the expense of being a good husband without knowing.
Yes.
Because I didn't have my real dad in my life.
Yeah.
So I remember early on, like I'm gonna rectify that.
Yep.
But what that unchecked, I made my wife miss out on moments.
Yeah.
Right? Like, for example, I travel a lot for work. She doesn't travel that much. So when I travel for work, she stays at home. They might go to the movies, but they don't do nothing crazy.
Yeah.
I remember one time, this must have been like 10 years ago, because I've learned. It took a long time, but I learned. 18 years ago, she went out of town for something. I immediately took the boys to Vegas. Father-son trip, Mandalay Bay. Just had a great weekend. And she's like, why would you, nigga, we could have did that on any weekend.
Yes.
And in my head, I wasn't on purpose like excluding her.
Right.
I was just doing things that I thought I wish my dad had did for me. Got our kids a PlayStation. My son's a PlayStation.
Yeah.
Terrible Kev, with a good heart. We agreed to get him a PlayStation. We go give it to him together. She getting her hair done.
You're like, I can't wait.
I said, surprise. Sent her the video. I don't see no laughing emojis, no heart. Why would you do that before I got home? Because my real dad wasn't in my life. I didn't even know. It took me going to therapy to realize, and here's the other part. It's dangerous if you don't think you're doing bad. You're not aware of what it looks like to other people. Unchecked, you can do hurt and harm with good intentions.
Yes.
I just want to be a good father, but I realized, I'm stealing moments from you to make sure I have them. And my therapist, I remember she was so good. I had a personal therapist and we had a couples therapist. And she was like, there's nothing wrong with what you're doing. But if you're not doing it, if you don't even know why you're doing it, you're trying to heal yourself.
Yep.
And your kids appreciate that, but you're doing it at the expense of your wife.
Yeah. Ooh.
And I was like, oh, snap.
Wow.
But luckily for me, I was able to stop that, 10, 12 years into, and it wasn't all the time. That was just like a little period. It was like a little period, because first 10 years we were broke. Ain't no joy.
Yeah.
We doing everything together because it's all free.
Yes.
Park, picnic, zoo, museum,
Yes.
ferry. We went on a boat, y'all. Yes, because it's free.
Yes.
We went to Canada, y'all, and we came right back. You don't know that. It was a day trip. We took the pictures like it was a lot. We came right back home.
Right.
But there was a little period we doing a little bit so I could do things.
Yeah.
And in that 3 to 5 year period, I did maybe 5, 10 things like that. And in my mind, I'm like, I'm doing a good job. And Melissa had to tell me like, yo, you're like robbing me of these memories. It's unfair. And I'm like, ego-wise, I'm like, nigga, I'm great father.
Right.
And she was like, yeah, but I want to be a great mother. And more importantly, I would not do that to you.
Yeah.
And I have not done that to you. And I actually have way more opportunities
to do it,
to do that because you're gone.
Yeah.
But I don't do you like that. And I was like, dang. So I say all that to say, like, it's so important to be open to hearing from people. Because I could have went online and, you know, my wife tripping about this, man. Women could, ain't about it.
No.
And I would have got the answer I was looking for.
Yes.
But it wasn't the truth.
Right.
Because the truth is she was right and I was wrong.
Yeah.
Even trying to be right.
Yeah. I love that.
Thank you.
I love that. And I love you and Melissa. She was supposed to come today. Melissa, where are you?
You know what? This is part of the thing.
Yeah.
She takes the weight of safety and comfortability so that I can do this. Because the boys, although 19 and 17, they want a parent around a lot. Remember early touring, Melissa used to tour with me, and we had like a babysitter, and she would keep them for the weekend. Did this for a full year. The second year, my youngest was like, we had to go to therapy with him because it was like affecting him. And he was like, can at least one of you guys be home? And Melissa was like, I'm out.
Yeah.
I am done.
Can't do it.
I can't do this to this baby. So that's why I would say it's our dream.
Yeah.
Because she is taking the weight of missing out on things like this because she wanted to come.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's my son's senior year. He got soccer and driving and all that type of stuff. And also she just wants to be able to cook meals so they're not ordering out. Even though we have access to those things, she wants to make sure they have, like, because they'll be like, when y'all coming home, what time y'all be gone? You know what I'm saying? Like, they love a real nigga.
Taking it,
You know what I'm saying? Even though my oldest wants to know for us to be home for him to be out till 3, 4, 5 in the morning. But he wants us to be, Crystal.
I remember you talking about that.
It ain't never enough. We go to the family dinner, get home 10:30. He's like, all right, see y'all later. What?
Where you going?
Stay home. Love us. But she takes those moments so that I can do this for myself, for us. And so the boys have some semblance of tradition. You know, she doesn't do it all the time, but she does it a lot of the time. So we're slowly easing out of that as they'll both be in college this fall.
Okay.
And even though they'll be at home, it's like, okay, now.
Y'all grown.
Now, hey, you 18 and 20.
Yes. Mama got to have a life.
Mama got to have a life. Mama got to go down and keep it positive.
Come on.
Because I'm going to be her armor bearer when she comes down here.
I know that's right.
But I love traveling with her, and she comes a lot. But she also has, and sometimes it's just like, she has her own podcast. She has her own things to shoot. That's something else I had to learn, Crystal.
Yeah. Come on, talk about it.
Low-key, I wanted a kept woman. I did not realize it because I didn't have enough money to keep her early. She made more than me. I was kept. So
kept Kev.
I kept Kev. I did not realize internally I always wanted a kept woman.
Yeah.
But I did not marry a kept woman. I married a girl who was ambitious, independent, had her own money, had her own job, always.
Yes.
And I love those qualities. But low key, I always, when I start getting a little bread, I'm like, why you ain't got to work?
What you doing?
You a big Kev. You got that little aerospace job like I ain't got it. What you doing going to work? She liked her job. She was good at her job. She had work friends. She enjoyed her own thing.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? She had those things. And I remember when she started her podcast way back with her homegirl, I remember coming home off the road, I want her to be at the door, pot roast, because I'm a man. I done went and sold out these 3 shows. I want steak and potatoes on the table when I get home. I came home, this girl, ain't no food.
You like,
I don't smell nothing but recording equipment hissing. She in the back room shooting her podcast.
I know that's right.
I said, well, I want potatoes.
Where the
and
potatoes?
I realized your life is your life.
Yeah. Ooh.
My life is my life, and then there's our life. I can't dominate your life and make you do everything that I want to do because then you have no life.
Right.
And it's unfair to impress my hopes, dreams for you.
For sure.
I have to work within what you want for your own life because we've committed ourselves to each other, but not our entire everything.
Yeah.
Like you know, I don't and resentment is one of the key tenets to divorce.
Yes.
Like, and resentment is small. it's in the back, and it gnaws on you. It's like an erosion thing. It's like he gets to do his thing. I can't do my thing. I'm always with the kids. You hear it in Michelle Obama, like you always get little things like you go to gym whenever you want. You know, things like that. So I had to realize I'm trying to craft her into the perfect woman for me, and not allowing her to be the woman who lives her own life. Wow. And that means sometimes she's not going to come with me. Sometimes she won't be at my show. I was holding her to a low key, Crystal, and I'm talking a lot.
I love it.
Therapy made me realize I was trying to replace my childhood where my parents weren't there with my wife in my adult life.
Yes. Yeah.
I want, because low key, my Melissa, as my girlfriend, went to more basketball games in my high school last 2 years than anybody in my family did. My parents were at work, or they just didn't come. You know, my brother's sister at school doing their own thing, but Melissa was in there.
Yeah.
So I look into the crowd, I'm seeing her in the stands. So now I want you to be at every show. And she was like, I heard these jokes. Like, I mean, coming to you so 16. She's like, I don't want to always, like, I got stuff to do. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So I had, again, in therapy, I found out, I said, I'm putting an unfair weight on you to be my mom and dad, and my real dad. You a fully realized adult who has her own idea of what that day should look like.
Right.
So that sometimes means that she's not there. Yeah. So I appreciate her more when she is there. And sometimes she has her own thing, and I support her. Yeah. You know what I mean? She gets booked to speak or whatever. I'll come. I'll do her social media. Yeah. I'll be her armor bearer.
I love
but
that.
I can't require that for her, for me, for everything.
Right.
And have her be happy.
Yes, exactly. I love that. And I love that you all were able to communicate, even from parenting to relationship, what you need as individuals. Yeah. That is so important. What it takes. Yeah.
We're 22 years married. It'll be 22 years in June. Yeah, 27 years total. Is that correct? Yeah, we started dating. No, 26 years total. I'm sorry.
Wow.
And in that time, she's changed, and I've changed every 2 or 3 years.
Let's talk about evolution and
oh my gosh.
Because people thinking, who are you now? Like, you're going to continue to evolve.
Think about it like who you were at 16, what you knew, what you thought you knew, right? That's when we started dating. We didn't even know what we didn't know. Ain't paid a bill. I know how to be on my own.
Yeah, okay.
Right. 16. So at 16, living in her parents' house, no car, no job, full-time job, no responsibilities. College, Melissa. And these are just the big ones. Yeah. These aren't the small things. I'm just talking about when I first met her, she just finished puberty 2 or 3 years prior. I met her at 16, puberty, 12, 13, maybe up to 15, 16. Yeah. Still growing. Not even as tall as she's supposed to be.
Right.
16, 18, we're in college. We get married after our junior year of college.
Wow.
So now this is married Melissa, right? Who is a church girl who only knows purity culture and what her mom taught her and what her pastors and first ladies said. She hasn't, at that age, we haven't had our own thoughts. Yeah. These are just the thoughts that were impressed upon us. Then there's out of college Melissa, but married. Yeah. Right? I was the first person she lived with that wasn't, related to. She was a virgin. We got married. First peen. Only peen. Amen.
Come on, amen.
Shout out.
All right now.
Now there's Melissa the mother. Right? She gets pregnant, we're 23. Yeah. Now it's Melissa, the mother. Now, mind you, Melissa was a very career-oriented woman. I won't say that she didn't want kids because it wasn't that, but her dreams were like, I want to go on Wall Street, I want to wear a pencil skirt, have a briefcase, like, I want to be a lawyer, want to be a banker, like, so now she's a mother. So now she realizes, oh, dang, my desires are changing. Yeah. Now I desire to be a mother. Like, it's important for me to, scrapbook, things like that. Yeah. So 0 kids to 1 kid's big change. 1 kid to 2 kids, big change. Yeah. Her parents got divorced. That had a tremendous impact on us, on her, because she idolized that relationship. Yeah. So now if my parents got divorced, that means anybody can get divorced.
Right, because not my parents.
Not my parents, who were both saved in the church, they got divorced. Yeah. Easily, Kevin and I can get divorced. Yeah. That wasn't a thought prior.
Right. Now it's a reality that it could.
Yes. Oof. Then there's Kevin, the husband who I had always had a job, kept a job. That's one of the things she loved about me. Yeah. Now Kevin wants to be something more. don't really know how to do that, so I end up getting fired. So now, wait, hold up, you fired? And then I'm telling her, low key, I kind of want to do comedy for a living.
Right.
From Tacoma? That ain't even possible.
Right.
Like, and it really wasn't,
Yeah.
like, to her credit, but I believed.
I know that's right.
So now you got a stay-at-home husband.
Yeah.
And with a huge ego.
Yeah.
That she was careful to manage, you know?
Wow.
Then I'm telling her I want to move to LA later. Then there's Melissa, the new family in LA with no bread. We both worked at Boeing prior to that. When kids were in private school, there was 8 kids in my son's school. They had iPads. Like, we were killing it.
Yeah.
Both making $60,000 a year. To us, we over $100,000 as a household.
Yeah.
Broke boy, y'all.
What you
we
talking about?
with these planes,
Yes.
y'all. We with the plane people. We out here with the plane.
Yeah.
You feel me? I got a badge into my job.
Listen,
You just walking your job? Nigga, you's a walker? I got a 5. I got a badge. Melissa had government clearance at her job. Security clearance. So that was a virgin. Fresh in LA, no money, married to a dreamer. And it ain't clicking
Right.
right now. I know people owe me $25 for acting. I need that.
Run it.
I
Right now.
need that
Yes.
25. You said Friday, which is Friday. I don't got no gas. Where's the 25?
Which is why you pay people on time today.
This is why.
Yes.
I don't want nobody patting their pockets for me.
Right.
And here's the thing, I'm struggling because my company's growing. I
Yeah.
always pay people on time because I was zelling them or
Yes.
cash apping them. My finance team, business manager's like,
No, stop.
hey, man,
Yeah.
you can't do that.
No.
But the thing is, they're growing and big company running payroll.
Yep.
There's things out of my control.
Yeah.
But if they go on TikTok, they're not gonna say, Kev's finance team transpose a number. It's gonna be KevOnStage, pay me. But that part's now out of my control.
It is, yeah, because you're a business.
Because now I'm a business, and I don't want to get audited.
Yeah.
You know, my finance manager was like, it's not a if you get audited.
When.
It's when.
Yeah.
And what the penalty is going to be. So now I can't, like, my toes are like this because this person's check is late. Because I remember $25, like, I literally know my kids are like, we don't have no Capri Suns? And I'm like, that 25 is supposed to be here today. I was going to get the Capri Suns. I had y'all. But they didn't give me my 25.
Right.
You know, and it was never that bad, but it was close.
Yeah.
Like, I need all my bread.
Yes.
To,
And still
nothing
need it
can be
all.
late. Nothing can be late.
Nothing.
So there's Kev at that point. Then there's Kev at All Deaf.
Yeah.
And then there's a realization that when we started working together, in this part of the pandemic, she enjoyed her job.
Yeah.
When I worked at All Deaf and she worked at her aerospace company, we could come home and talk about our days.
Yes.
When we work together, we're having the same day.
So, nothing to talk about.
So now we're like, hey, why we ain't really connecting?
Yeah.
Because we've been in the house all day.
Yeah.
And that's just, you know, the pandemic
Yeah.
exacerbates that to the nth degree. Like, oh, Kev's not even on the road.
Yeah.
Why is he going in his office and closing the door and watching TV? And the boys are in their room watching TV. And we didn't realize, and she used to go get her hair done, get her nails done, stuff like that. And she realized, oh, that was my me time. Now we don't have that.
Yeah.
Why do I feel weird that we're at home or we don't feel like we're at home?
Yeah.
So this, I say it's like, I had a cell phone, you probably did, for 20 years. Think about the cell phone you had, your first Nokia probably,
with
the little snake.
Red,
And think about the iPhone you have probably right
Yeah.
now. Imagine if you went from that phone to that iPhone with nothing in between.
Wow, yeah.
And that's what happens in marriage.
Yeah, ooh.
You gotta, every phone, every update, you gotta learn this new, and just iPhone enough. Headphone jack, oh dang, I ain't got that. Now I gotta get AirPods. Now I gotta charge this. Now this thing used to not be there.
Now
But
it's
from the
C-port,
Nokia
like,
Snake, when we
yeah.
started dating, to the iPhone 17,
Yeah.
if I wasn't up to date on and think about how little the changes feel at the time. It's just like, oh, dang, man.
Yeah.
I used to be able to, we used to take pictures. They used to be grainy,
Uh-huh.
all that stuff.
Yeah.
Now you can shoot. There's a new app. You can dual shot recorder. You can
I
shoot.
just saw that. Black on too.
Man.
I saw that.
That didn't exist
Yeah.
2 weeks ago.
Right.
So that's what I use as an example, is like, being married is like being up to date on your cell phone at all times.
That's so good,
Reading the
Kev.
terms and conditions, learning how to use it at all times. You can't skip 2 or 3 phones. You definitely
Right.
can't skip 5 or 10 years. And a lot of times I think what happens, people don't realize they haven't been paying attention. And that's how I think you look at a person you recognize. I recognize his cell phone, but I
Yeah.
actually don't know how to use it
Yeah.
anymore. It's like, this is not an Android diss. But one time I did a gig and they gave me a free Android, like a phone to use.
Yeah.
And I couldn't it's not that I couldn't use it, but it just felt so foreign.
Yeah.
Because I haven't had an Android in years.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, this feels really uncomfortable. But this feels like a phone. I know what a phone looks like, but I can't. How do you call? How do you text?
Right.
I said, I can't do that. And I imagine Android, the iPhone, the same thing. I'm
For
not
sure.
dissing y'all.
Yeah.
I don't diss no more because my Android app uses more of
They are
my app than Apple.
serious.
And they don't play.
Listen.
But I feel like that's what happens in a relationship. It just starts to feel foreign, even though it looks familiar.
Yeah.
Oh, I killed that.
You did. Y'all give it up.
Clip it.
That was so good. That's a whole teaser right there.
But I think when people say marriage is work, they think it means like hard. I hate. It's not that. It's just like, it's like gardening.
Yes.
You got to go out there and till it and water it,
Yeah.
protect it from the sun. You got to nurture it. And that's
Yeah.
the work. It's not it's not like breaking rocks.
Right.
But it's also you can't leave a garden unattended for weeks and months and expect it to bear good fruit.
For
like
sure.
you have to pay it. Good gardeners are out there every day,
Yeah.
pulling bugs off, pests, whatever it takes
Yeah.
to make sure this is always bearing good fruit. And marriage is like a continual garden. It's like working out and eating right. You can't. If you stop working out and eating right, the work also stops.
For sure.
You start gaining back. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
And but I enjoy the fruit of this work.
Yeah.
So I don't mind doing it because although it's hard and tough, the benefits are amazing. I can't imagine. I can't imagine trying to date right now. And what I see from people, it looks like the Thriller music video. That's what the way y'all talk, the way people talk about it. I mean,
so
it seems scary out there.
It's frightening.
It's like zombie apocalypse. Like, I don't want to be out there with y'all.
Right.
Like, I like in my house.
Yeah,
is
trust me.
fortified.
Stay where you at. Do not come out here. You're going to be running back.
Sorry, baby.
I'm sorry. I'm coming home. No, seriously, Kev, this has been amazing.
Thank you.
Seriously, we got to do this more often.
Absolutely.
Melissa
I'm
has
so
to
glad
come
we got
back.
to do this.
Yeah.
Melissa for sure wants to come back. We'll be back in Atlanta 2 or 3 times in this month.
Okay.
So
I would love to have her
the next
on.
time we can have her on. But thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Also, let me give you your flowers while we're here. You are so talented as a person. You read that Bible on your Instagram stories. You either really reading it or you spend so much time faking you might as well have read it.
I'll read it, baby.
You read. You're so photogenic and fashion forward.
Thank you.
I'd be like, your poses, me and Lisa look, and she'd be like, that Crystal Renee done it again. She went down to Paris and she did it again. But more importantly, your personality and your spirit is as warm as you come across on screen in person. Just like you said about me, it's true about you. Sometimes that is a facade.
Yeah.
Sometimes the actor is acting all the other times.
Right.
And the Crystal Renee is the character. But you have the same character from the moment I met you at TSU to BT when you thought I said you was eating ham.
That was
You was eating lamb.
I said, how you know ham? You said, I said lamb. I said, oh yeah.
And then you had a lamb.
I said the precious lamb.
But I love the community you built. I love this
Thank you.
this podcast, and I know that you created a space for women who need it.
Yeah.
People who need it. And your team has been amazing as well. Everybody was very kind.
Love that.
And you're just great.
Kev, thank you.
Thank you
I
so much.
received that. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you for
like
having
you said,
me.
that means a lot coming from you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Before we leave, is there anything that our community can support you on?
Yes.
Are there any more dates that we got coming up?
There's no dates yet.
Okay.
But just follow me, KevOnStage. Everything I can talk about or I want to tell you about, just follow me. I'll talk about it. But Grief Sucks, larger tour coming this summer into the fall.
Okay.
Watch me on Tubi. I've got some stuff on Tubi that's out, and some more will be coming out soon. I don't know the date, so I don't want to, just follow me.
Yes.
KevOnStage. If you follow me, you'll
stay tapped in.
I'll be able to tell you.
Okay,
So, yeah.
awesome. Thank you so much. Before we get out of here, our theme for this season, we're leaning more into being unapologetic. So I want to know, what is Kev being unapologetic about in this season of his life?
Ooh, that's a great question. I am being unapologetically me. And I think that means I am finally accepting that you might not like me or what I say, and I'm okay with that. Because earlier in my life and earlier in my content career, I was trying to make every single person happy, and that was not an attainable thing. So now I am realizing to be myself, I have to accept that some people won't like that.
Yeah.
And they'll vocalize that. And they'll thread about it and tweet about it and TikTok about it. And also, like, at my level of awareness, it's advantageous for people to talk about me negatively because your video or your thread or tweet or podcast, it will often do well.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
I really hate that, but there's nothing I can do about that. And I certainly won't try to appease millions of people because I have millions of followers who actually like me.
Yeah.
Multiple millions of people who don't follow me and may not like me. So I can't control all those variables. I think it comes from a control. And as a comedian, if you have 1,000 people laughing but 2 not laughing, you focus on those two. You perform live. You want to hit everybody.
Everybody. Why are you over here falling asleep? What's up?
Yes. What I'm killing right now.
Yeah.
And you just can't do that. And you'll be racking your brain trying to. So I be having to be quiet. And, me and Melissa realized the other week, this phrase that we came up with, like, not saying anything is not the same as having nothing to say.
Ooh.
I often choose not to say something.
Yes, that's good.
Sometimes I just don't say anything because I know if I address a thing, it's just gonna magnify it.
You can't give everything energy.
It don't mean I ain't seeing it.
Yeah.
Don't mean I don't have thoughts. But my thoughts are for my family and friends, and maybe sometimes even my actual audience who cares.
Right.
But I'm also not gonna give negativity what they want, which is more visibility.
They do.
You're gonna die on that vine.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna till that garden.
Yes.
You're gonna have to keep the hate train going. I ain't gonna help you talk about me.
I love
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I love it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I am wearing a Bottega Veneta sweater, a silk camisole by La Agents, cream denim jeans by Frame, and my shoes are a platform pump by YSL. My earrings are by YSL as well. You know what stays with me from this conversation is a reminder that growth doesn't always look like clarity. Sometimes it looks like showing up honestly, even while you're still processing. Kev, I want to thank you for your honesty, your perspective, and willingness to hold both humor and heaviness at the same time. Because sometimes healing isn't about having the right words. It's about being present, being real, and allowing yourself to keep going. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe, share this episode with someone who needs it, and if you ever need advice, positivity, or want to share what you're going through, email us at keepitpositiveoutcomes@gmail.com. As always, stay blessed, stay encouraged, and keep it positive, sweetie. I'll see you guys next time.